Alright, welcome to Auto World of Conway, and here we are previewing another example of Mopar's finest, a 1967 Dodge Charger. Now, you don't see many of these, and neither do we, and it's kind of a shame because this is one of my favorite body styles. This fastback, I personally own a fastback, not a Dodge product, but this sweeping body line has always been so appealing to me, just like the Marlins. AMC produced, to me, very, very similar cars with just a stunning body. So we're going to take a little bit of time today, preview this car, so that way you can have an exact understanding as you try to decide whether this might belong in your garage or not. So we'll start at the front here with the iconic Hideaway headlights. The front bumper appears to be pretty new. Parts are difficult to source for these cars, so you want to get one as close to complete and finished as possible. Good looking grille. A bit of paint loss there. Now this body on this car is extremely straight. All the gaps are nice. So I hope that this video illustrates the quality of this car. Not a number one condition, but I'd put it at a number two, maybe a low number two, which is still terrific. Most cars on the road today are number two or threes even. Aluminum Krager 15-inch wheels, bigs and littles. See the V8 emblem, indicating that there's a 318 under the bonnet of this beauty. Nice stainless rocker trim here. One of the reasons I like these hard tops is this sweeping cavernous window opening here. See, someone put a nice pinstripe here, and that's under the clear, painted. BF Goodrich, wider tire on the back, 275/60 15. Around the back window, also nice and clean. So a couple small touch-up areas. You can see one there. There's another one, I believe, on one of the doors. Some garage beauty marks. This rear bumper shows a little bit of chrome loss here in the back. Otherwise, the rest of the bumper looks absolutely terrific. See the Dodge division here on the back. I'd rate this paint on this car probably as a 9.5, only due to age. Previous owner indicated this car had been painted almost 20 years ago, and it still presents extremely well. Very glossy, not a lot of orange peel. Laid down really well. It's the only little, I see this just starting a little bit. Again, very, very minor, but it is there, so I want to, again, be sure to point that out. It does have all original body panels. Okay, so quarters, fenders, doors, everything exactly the way it should be. Here are those paint chips there, if you can see that. But again, they've been touched up. Unless you're looking for them, you won't find them. So again, nice and straight. The other interesting feature of this car, these fold down back seats with the built-in console or armrest in the back. This having an automatic transmission, we'll get to that here inside. So I've driven this car about 100 miles, and we'll drive it here in a moment. Let me pause as we open the hood. Alright, so under the bonnet of this 67 Charger, I wish the sun would cooperate a little bit. It's awfully bright here. But you can see the original engine here. That's what we believe. Pretty nicely optioned. Air conditioning, as well as power steering. See, there's tall valve covers. This actually has a 1-barrel carburetor factory, as indicated by the F in the VIN number. Now, they only made 15,000 of these Chargers thereabouts in 1967, so one of the lowest production years. And you can see many new AC components, as that does function, but nice and clean under the hood. Stock exhaust manifolds. Let's fire it up here so that way, see, the nice thing about this car, it is so mild tempered. It starts, watch, it won't start this time, but perfectly. So there she is. You can see the tachometer functions. All the gauges here function. That was a cold start as I set this car up last night so we could do this video this morning. Fuel gauge functions. I've put about 100 miles on this car already, so she is ready. The only thing that does not work is this radio here. See the wipers, horn. There's your automatic shifter on the 727. Inside here is the console. See all the courtesy lamps work. It's another nice thing. You find a car like this, and you see that the interior lights work. It's pretty nice. Let's go out here and listen under the engine. We'll get back to the interior. So let this idle. You can get a shot of the exhaust. Tone. This dual exhaust sounds great. So inside, it's missing the weather stripping. Actually, both doors missing that. Nice and clean under the doors where the water would sit. Door jambs, aluminum door sills. The seats, the quality interior is nice. Good for a driver. Now, some of the carpet that we've included, we'll include with this car, as you can see, a couple pieces of the carpet are missing or faded. A new carpet kit does accompany this car, so you can take the time and install that. It will come with the car. The seats fold down flat, which I think is just super cool. All the courtesy lights. Reminds me of a fastback Mustang with those fold down back seats. And here you'll notice this is missing. Now we do have the remote for the mirror, and that will accompany the car. I wonder if this is not supposed to be fixed to the deck lid, not the car. Somebody can comment on the video and let me know. But to me, you would think close her up and we'll go for a ride. Alright, here we are inside this 67 Charger. Let's fire it up and go for a ride. Again, as I mentioned earlier, how wonderfully this car starts every time. So you see the tachometer function as you should, the speedometer, and also the temperature gauge has moved since it's been running here for the last 2 or 3 minutes. So let's see what we got here. All right, smooth sailing. Automatic. They're all 3 gears. Gotta watch what I'm doing here. See, down the road nice and straight. Up here, we'll come to a stop and give it a little bit more gas so you can see, listen to her run. Again, I've already put a little over 100 miles in this car, so I'm quite comfortable with it. And I'm actually kind of impressed. The seats are comfortable. It does have 4-wheel drum brakes, which a lot of people think, oh, that's, you know, a bad thing. I tell you, they're well adjusted. It stops quite easily. Make a right-hand turn here. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this drive video with me in this 1967 Dodge Charger 318.